One of my parents old firm. Well, first and foremost, we don't eat sugar, okay, because we're super happy healthy kids. Second, but one of my parent is not my parent. One of my kids' parent, the architect. What they did was the gingerbread exhibit. They asked 50 New York architect firm to build gingerbread. Then they made a gingerbread exhibit. I thought that was really cool. The kids got, my kids are, I let them run around like chicken with no head. I just let them run around because I think you're stuck in school for 8 hours. As long as you're safe. Remember, we have a no Band-Aid rule. That means no Band-Aid. You got to be mindful. You can run around, jump around, as long as you don't hurt yourself. Because my rule is, and the kids know this, the best way to heal injury is to have no injury. And they know that. So whether they're doing yoga, they're doing karate, they're doing soccer or basketball or gymnastic or whatever, or doing STEM or just running around because they can, or doing the bridge or doing cartwheel, doing the handstand, whatever it is. The rule is, at Super Happy Healthy Kids, the best way to heal injury is to have no injury. And we're very serious. No Band-Aid. Of course, we'll give them a Band-Aid when there's like a cut or something like that. But I always tell them, whenever like a tiny cut, there's always one kid that's always whining, and for anything that's going on, is like what do you call that? Hydrophoniac, like something always wrong. I always remind them what my dad told me. My adoptive dad, Harry, who was a cop. And he always said, it's a long way from your heart. Anything that I complain, oh my God, my ankle. Harry, my ankle hurts. Yeah, I call my dad Harry. So he would say, Esther, it's a long way from my heart. As maybe some of you don't know, I was adopted. My brothers and I were adopted. So we could stay here legally, actually. And they were the best parents. The best. They were just so into us. My mom, whenever she picked me up from school, said, how did you go with school? And I had to tell her everything. And she had to but what did you learn today? Tell me one thing that you learned. I highly recommend, if you're listening, ask this question. Tell me one thing that you learned today. That's the first question you should be asking. The second question you should be asking, what is your favorite part of the day? I never ask what's the least part of the day because, I always try to be positive. So I always tell them, what is your favorite part of your day? What is your second favorite part of your day? And then I always ask, what's your best friend today? And why is he your best friend? Or she is your best friend? Or they is your best friend, right? Because you got to watch the pronoun nowadays. So I always ask, what is your favorite part of your day? Why is this person your best friend? One thing that I remember this kid said to me when I asked her, why is she your best friend? And her word, no kidding, she is 5. Her word said, she always make me feel good about myself, Miss Esther. That is the nicest thing a 5-year-old can say about her friend. And I remember these 2 girls. One of them dropped the beads all over the staircase. Literally all over the staircase. And this other girl, who is always following the rules, just her jaws dropped and said like, oh my God, we're going to get in trouble now. So her jaw dropped for a second, and I'm watching and seeing how they're going to react. And the girl with the jaw drop start picking it up and putting it. And the other girl said, what are you doing? Why are you helping me? Because she thought that she was going to get yelled at, because she always is perfect and proper. And she just looked at her and she said, because that's what good friends do. We help one another. And I thought, like, sometimes, like, I don't even know why I'm doing with Super Happy Healthy Kids. That is the time where I go, like, I start like having tear in my eye, and I said, oh my God, it's working. It's working. All this hard work, by blood and soul, it's working. When she just said, and this is the girl that's this girl can run my program. She is like, follow the rules. Nope, that's not how we do things. I mean, just really on target. For the fact that she just took a deep breath and then stopped picking up, and then being able to say, even after her friend questions her, what are you doing? She said, I'm helping you. She said, why are you helping me? And then just the fact that she just said, that's what good friends do. They help one another. And I was like, oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Of course, I didn't say that. And I just said to both of them, well, thank you so much, for helping me. And then I said, I always tell the kids moving forward, let's not carry as many beads, okay? Maybe next time we can be more mindful. That's always the lessons that we do at Super Happy. Like, moving forward, can we do this? We always get better. And so, but it was really very moving. But the gingerbread exhibit, as you can see, all the different type of gingerbread and all different type of gingerbread houses that 50 architect firm perform. Welcome to New York. So from climate, uh, there's a climate museum in Soho, in New York. We want to raise another Greta Thunberg, making my kids be like a climate activist. Why not? Because I think it's really important the kids know about climate, or at least taking some part of it, and not just use the fork as a single use. We actually distribute metal utensil so that they use that instead of just a single use something. We're trying. Our bubble tea in the store, we use paper straw. We're trying to come up with different ideas how to save the environment. And we want the kids to be responsible for that. So when we contact the Climate Museum, and they said, yeah, we'd love to educate your kids about the climate. And we go like, my team and I were like, yay, we're so happy because we can. So the kids went and they talk about the climate. They got to draw something. They got to add something, what they think about the climate and what caused the danger of being ignorant. So what I do now with Super Happy Healthy Kids is merely just creating an open space, a sacred space for them to be anything that they want to be, and then some. We just create a new thing. And I reminded the kids, we expect all of you to get 85 and higher. And we'll support you. We'll teach you one-on-one, whatever it takes, and I'll talk to the teachers too. I'll work with the teachers. What do we need to do to make things happen for the kids? So that's what we're doing now. 85% or higher, and homework assistance, whatever. So the Climate Museum is just a piggyback of the Oysters Project and the Bill and Oyster Project, and just to help the next generation to be responsible for it. And also make it fun. I believe that kids learn best when they're having fun. So that's what the kids did, and also learning about people's skill. Sometimes you have to sit next to somebody that you don't like. And we focus on emotionally intelligent, right? So that means they got to get along with everyone and being able to communicate. I need personal space. I need this. And I believe how you do anything is how you do everything. So if they don't behave now with me, most likely they don't behave in morning school. Most likely they don't behave at home either, because they're all over the place. And sometimes, not all the time, parents, and this is maybe part of parental skill. Sometimes I think parents do too much for the kids. They always ask, when I was younger, they always said to me, oh my gosh, Grace eat asparagus and artichoke. And how do you make Grace eat asparagus and artichoke or cauliflower? And I would tell other parents, and I said, because she eats what I eat, and that I'm not cooking another meal for her. And if she doesn't want to eat that, because unless she's allergic, of course, she's not. If she doesn't want to eat asparagus or cauliflower or artichoke or Brussels sprout, well, then you go hungry. What else am I going to do? Because I'm not cooking another meal for you. And that's how I raised Grace. I don't care. And so I would have dinner even my siblings, I would see that their kids, oh, no, she won't eat that. She's a very picky eater. There's no such thing with my daughter and I. We cannot afford for her to be a picky eater. 2, we don't have the time. Anyway, so I'm so glad that you guys are watching this so you guys can go on different trips with us as well. My daughter went to harbor school in Governor Island, and she's always excited about these oysters. She said, "Mom, we ate oyster for breakfast. We grew oyster. Do you know how we clean the water with oysters?" And she just go blah, 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 talking about oysters. So I end up knowing so much about oysters just from listening to her. And there are a couple things, right? One, sometimes I get annoyed. She talks too much. Two, sometimes I'm happy that she talks too much because she's so excited that she wants to tell me all about it, which is, I guess, something to said about our relationship. Sometimes she thinks that we don't talk. And I thought, seriously, Grace? We talk all the time. Oh, you talk, I listen. Or I talk, you listen. But sometimes she just being in a cranky mood, she said, "No, Mom, we don't talk." And this is the part, honestly, when I want to tell her, go to therapy more often. I think being a parent, and maybe most of the parents will appreciate this, that no matter what you do, it's always your fault. So we partner up with the Billion Oyster Project. And this time around, because my daughter already got her master's, she's teaching science. So I thought, okay, now I get to get excited about the oysters. So I'm telling my 3-year-old and 4-year-old about Billion Oyster projects, right? And I partner up with them, and they invited all my kids, and they got to touch the oysters. They got to bring the oysters down, and they talk about the environment. They talk about the importance of oysters. So it was really nice to be able to allow the space for my 3-year-old and 4-year-old, and being able to see this. So you guys, just to let you know, it was raining. And I'm thinking like, oh, one of my lines that I always said to my kids when they said, Miss Esther, it's raining, it's raining. I always tell them, like I told from the Wizard of Oz, nobody's going to melt. We're going to be okay. So the same thing. They were like, it's raining, Miss Esther, it's raining. I said, nobody's going to melt. It's going to be fine. We're going to be like the oyster, tough. And that's what they did. And so this is a field trip that Super Happy Healthy Kids did. And because of all your generosity and all your kindness and all your effort and everybody joining our movement to change the world one child at a time, my Super Happy Healthy Kids get the opportunity to do this Billion Oyster Project. And I am grateful to all the people at Billion Oyster Project to make this happen. Couldn't have done it without you. Don't forget to like, share, comment, make our program better. See ya. One thing I know about Lego is this. You step on it without shoes on or sandal, it hurts. This is how I know that Legos are very well made and very durable. I don't remember where. They actually built Disability Access. They built that with Lego. I don't remember what. I know it's not United States. I know it's in Europe. That's what they did. And then the second part they did, they actually fill up the holes with Lego. Like some of the bricks that they did that. I thought, wow, that's amazing, right? So that's how I know that Legos are very durable. And Legos are very painful when you step on it. So with my daughter Grace, I have these Lego boxes that I would put the Legos. And, you know I talk a lot about my daughter Grace because he gets on my nerves when I have Lego all over the place. And the same thing with Super Happy Healthy Kids, because I tell them, you don't know how to clean up your Lego? You cannot play Lego again. I'm not giving you a second chance. You only have one chance. You don't know how to clean up the Lego, that's it. Because it's, we focus on no Band-Aid day. Meaning the kids don't have any Band-Aid. So if they don't have any Band-Aid, that means they're being mindful. And that's really hard to teach kids to be mindful when they are like into your personal space. And we have to tell them, please, even though we're not in pandemic anymore, please give each other personal space. And it's hard, especially when boys, right? And they want to just be into each other, throw the ball and wrestle. And I have to remind my students half of the time, hey, it's not WWE. Stop it. Don't touch my kids. That's how I always tell them, because they're into each other, wrestling on the floor. And it's a good sign though. It's really a good sign. But anyway, back to Lego. There's 2 stores of Legos in New York City. One on 23rd Street and Flatiron. The other one on Rockefeller Center. I recommend that you go to the Rockefeller Center, because once you finish with the Lego, you can go across the street and you can go to St. Patrick Cathedral. And listen, I don't care what religion you're in. You should look at the structure of St. Patrick Cathedral. Do you know if in the rooftop, it's actually a shape of a cross? And that's really cool. Doesn't matter what religion you're in. I'm just letting you know, architecturally, St. Patrick Cathedral is really nice. And all the way at the end, you can actually take a tour. All the way at the end is a chapel. And that's where I usually go. I love house of worship. It doesn't matter, the Buddha, Muslim, whatever. House of worship, I love. It's quiet, peaceful, and it's really beautiful in there. And shh, don't tell anybody. There's a bathroom in St. Patrick Cathedral. It's behind the wood door. And there's a line, but they don't advertise it. But there is a bathroom on the right-hand side before you go to the chapel. Just give you guys a secret of New York City. And the Lego, and if you're done with it, you can actually go across the street. There's an American Girl store, and that you can go. And that's the boys have fun with in there too. The Lego and Rockefeller Center, they actually built a taxi from Lego, from yellow Lego. Above it, there's Captain America. They built a Statue of Liberty of Lego. My kids just go run around like crazy. And then they built a Hulk out of Lego. They have an Eiffel Tower out of Lego. And they have friends. And they have a bench of friends. They also made that out of Lego. When you go up the step, there is a guy with a saxophone, like a blues brother with the glasses. They made out of Lego too. And they have Lego, I love about they have 2024 Lego. They have the Lunar New Year, the Year of the Dragon Lego. They have the Lucky Money. They also have the Lion Dance Lego. So we have that at the store actually. So go visit the store. Super Happy Advocate store. It's at 53 Columbia Street. It's near Key Food Supermarket. Because we have actually the town. I bought one of Japan because we went to Japan, so I bought one for my daughter. With that, we have a Japan City, London, New York. I think that's all I bought. I think I bought Japan, London, New York. And then they have these flowers that they made out of Lego. Which I think I bought the tulip and the sakura. So you guys should check the store. And then they have this little, remember I talked to you about the Lego cabinet, the little, I have a Lego made out of a girl that you can put your Legos in there. And then there's like a silly kid on it. So you guys have to come to the store or go visit our Instagram, because I think we list the Lego. Now remember, 100% of the profit is to make our program bully free and better. So go visit. Definitely go visit the Rockefeller, because when you climb up the step, I don't recommend going by the elevator. And in the middle, they have the rainbow. And then that's made out of Lego. If you go up the step, you can see the FDNY trying to rescue somebody. They have the Batman hanging. And they have the Broadway show of the Lion King. Just a whole other gamut of stuff of Lego. There's a long line. They open at 10 o'clock. So if you go and if you buy something, my favorite is the Rockefeller one. Go, you must take, if you buy something, on the receipt, there's a survey. Go give my friend Chad, the manager, a very nice survey. Because for him to run a tight ship and telling all his team member to always be nice and just a happy face, it's a big deal. So go in there and tell them Esther Yang said hello. So you have to go there and say hello. And my kids love to play. They can build something. They can't take the stuff, but they can build something. They can go upstairs. The rule is for Super Happy, we go to the Lego store, you get a keychain. I will buy the keychain. So they can pick the keychain. The keychain is like, you name it. There's Batman. There's a very, very nice Batman that I love. And it's Batman. There is a Wonder Woman. There is cactus. There's a hot dog, New York hot dog. And there's the Gold Man. There is Harry Potter. We actually have Harry Potter set in the store if you guys wanted to get that. And we also have the Easter egg that's collectible item in the store for the Lego. We have like different stuff. So when you go to the Lego, there's like so many keychain. So the kids always excited to go to the Lego because they always get a keychain and they put it in their backpack. So it's like a collection of like Batman, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Star Wars, the Stormtrooper, Yoda. I actually have Yoda in my keychain and Wonder Woman. And that's what I have in my keychain. So go there, have fun, run around, and have your kids definitely take a photo. You have to wait in line for a little bit, but take a photo with the taxi because you can go in and be in the driver's seat. And the taxi has a sunroof, so you can actually stand. But be careful and take a photo with the green Hulk. The eclipse was terrifying for me, to be honest with you. I don't know what to expect. I've never done it before, so I'm always nervous, like anything else. What do we expect? And mostly because I'm so fearful. One, I want the kids to experience it. My students, of course, they're super happy, healthy kids. Two, I want them to get excited about it. Three, I don't want them to look up and cause blindness or retinus problem. So I'm thinking like, oh, how am I going to do this? And it was such a struggle. And 6, we want to order the eclipse glasses. We have what we have, and we gave it to the kids, and we lay out the blankets so they all can enjoy the eclipse. We got the bubble tea going on. We got the sponge cake. We got the clementine. We got all the fruits and snacks. We threw out an eclipse party at this park in Lower East Side. And we want the kids to lie down and relax and enjoy. We have one kid that is so funny and then put the foot up. And because she said, oh, it's too bright, Miss Esther, I just put my foot up. So we had grandparents. And we had a grandparents that used the Oreo cookies and show how everything turned to dark. I thought that was so smart. And then she offered, you want some Oreo cookies? And I said, sorry, my kids don't eat sugar, so we can't even have that. So, but we did have fruits and snacks and other things, and we made, obviously, all the rest of the kids jealous because, and I wanted to give extra because some of the kids came, can we have, not our kids, can we have some glasses? I said, I can't give it to you because we don't have enough. We barely have enough for our kids and their parents and their siblings. So I'm very, very grateful for the eclipse. And guess what? 2044, we will have a class reunion. So I was telling the kids, and one of the kids was like saying, Miss Esther, in 20 years, I will be 24. And I said, yep. And you don't want to know how old I'm going to be. But 20 years from now, we are going to do the anniversary of the eclipse in New York City. And I told them, same time, I think, same channel, we're going to have an eclipse reunion party.